Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Well, I wanted to make a video of a live in-person, real live video. Today I had to sneak away from the house a little bit this evening, go to a meeting. And I went to a meeting with a friend of mine. I guess you could call him a sponsee, I don't know. I mean, he's just, he's somebody that needs the support. And I want to go to meetings with him and, have fun, have realistic goals, and keep each other accountable, right? And and a lot of times that's what recovery looks like, is leaning into people. Now this is somebody who is just fresh, new to recovery, so they don't they're going through the ups and downs of early recovery, where it's sometimes easy to pick up that drink or that relapse, if you will, because it's so fresh, right? And you're still early in recovery, so you don't know how strong you really are. And we talked about, one of the things that we talked about this evening in my meeting was being powerless, right? And I spoke. I said, I feel like a lot of people are saying the word powerless, and I just want to remind everybody that we're not powerless. We have the power to continue. What we're powerless over is our addiction. It's over the behavior. It's over the substance. And why do we have that? It's because it's an allergy, right? Drug addiction, alcohol use, drug use, abuse, if you will. It's a symptom of something much deeper, right? Because we have traumatic past. We had something traumatizing happen to us, abuse, neglect. And some of the things that we come up against are going to help solidify our place in this recovery program, right? So the fact that we have been through trauma might actually help us later in recovery, because we're going to need a reason, and we're going to need to find a reason why we were using and drugging and drinking. And so sometimes we go back to the very thing, the trauma, the shame, the guilt, the neglect, the abuse, whatever it may be. We go back to that. We try to rectify and learn that it's not our fault that we went through that. It's not our fault that we were a victim. It's not our fault that we were abused or neglected. That's just the way the ball bounces. And I know it's cruel and it's not a fair world that we live in, but we can't drink because of that. Amen. We can't drug because of that. We can't pick up a substance and want our things to disappear, our ills, our wills, our cares, concerns, because it's too much for us to handle. Well, I'm telling you that God, power greater than us, right, will never ultimately give us more than we can handle. And it says that in the Bible, and I know that people preach that, and that's a very good lesson to learn, right? And there is no coincidences or happenstances or freak things of oh wow, that's coincidence. No, nothing really is a coincidence. And if you think about it and you boil it down and refine it, everything is ordained. It's all predestined, right? It's all supposed to happen this way. And if you don't think that, then I guess that's okay, right? I'm okay with that. I guess if you think that, that's your opinion, and you can have that. I have mine, you have yours, and I live on the basis that there is, and that this power greater than me has helped me get my life to a point where it's manageable again. Because when I was in addiction, whether it's drinking or drugging, I was in some form of insanity at that point. Because you look up the definition, the Webster definition of insanity, right? Look it up, and it says, it probably doesn't really say this in the dictionary, but it should, okay? Insanity definition: doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result, whether good or bad, right? It's not going to happen. That's why our life became unmanageable, is because we were literally doing things to nauseam, to the brink of insanity. But we're back from that insanity now, and we're sane again. So that's when we start to really boil down and refine what it takes to get to this point. Surrender, right? Being powerless. We are powerless over our addiction, and our lives have become unmanageable. Our lives have become unmanageable because we're powerless over that addiction. Once we get the power back, right? Because we're not powerless. We are when we're in our addiction. We're pretty much powerless because we have an allergy, we have a disease, an illness that it's in us. It's deep seated and it's in us. It might be hereditary. You might be predisposed to have this sort of condition. And if that's so, then we have to do our due diligence and double duty to guard up against this stuff. So we have to work a program. So if you're working a program out there, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of anybody that's willing to step up and do the right thing. And doing the right thing for yourself, for your health, for your family, for those of you for people that love you, want you to stay around. They don't want you to use or drink or drug or anything like that, because that takes you away from them. So that if you're hearing this message tonight, it might not be a mistake. I don't believe it is. I believe there's a purpose in this. And I believe that if we continue to go down this road of believing in ourselves, that we have the power to get through this, that we have the necessity, right, our program, and we have the steps, we have principles, we have everything that we need to try to work this out. And I think you can do it. In fact, I know you can. And until the next one, I pray that God blesses you and that you're taking care of the next right thing, okay? I love you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.